It has been a while as well with the A.J. Brown trade rumors, which never went away. And now the trade deadline is here and passed. So here's what we know. A.J.'s here to stay for the rest of the season. He was at his locker yesterday. And, of course, people are asking him, what about those trade rumors? Here's A.J. addressing everything that was going on the last week or so.
So what have these last 2 weeks been like for you? I feel like there's been a lot going on between the injury, some trade speculation, or at least talk about it. Just what's it been like for you the past 2 weeks?
Out in the front and out in the back of my yard, playing football with my son. That's it.
Did you ever feel like there was a chance you would be traded?
I don't know. I think it's the nature of the business. But like I said, my focus was be present with my family, my kids, and get healthy.
Speaking of getting healthy, how are you feeling? Do you think you're trending the right direction for Monday?
I'm playing. I'm good to go.
Is this a place you want to be?
Yeah, well, has I said anything?
You heard
not be here or something like that? Yeah.
Wait a minute, I didn't know my mic was on. I said,
gotta ask the question.
Yeah.
Wow. You heard him.
I did hear him. I heard the whole thing. Couple things there. Sometimes the simplest questions get the most interesting answers. Because he was asked, did you think at any point you would be traded?
He said, I play with my kids.
You would think the answer would be no. Like, what are you talking about? Why would I be traded? He didn't say no. It's obviously in the books now, the trade deadline. So we take this thing down the stretch of the season. He will be an Eagle. I just find it interesting that both he and let's hear from Howie. This was Howie right after the trade deadline. Again, different people, same question, two opposite ends of the spectrum here. But nobody's saying this was baloney. Here's Howie Roseman just a couple days ago.
Hey, Howie, there's a lot of conversation on the outside about A.J. Brown. What was your stance internally when it came to Brown? Did you entertain any offers for him?
Well, would really like to keep this about the guys we acquired, but, Tim, I think that when you're trying to be a great team, it's hard to trade great players. And A.J. Brown's a great player. He wears the C for a reason. He's an important part of this team, of this organization. He cares about winning. He cares about his teammates. And, I think that when you're a team like ours that is looking forward to an opportunity to compete for a championship, you just don't get rid of the guys like that. And so feel very lucky to have him on our team and excited about the second half of the season with him.
So, another not a no to the answers. Hugh, now that it's all over, right? We did weeks of speculation. Recklessly or not. We did it. And then now it's over. The trade deadline is here and past. And they both spoke about it. Like, what do you think actually went on the last 2 weeks? Do you think they thought about it?
I think some conversations were had.
Yeah.
I think that, AJ probably voiced his him being disgruntled.
Mm-hmm.
I think him and Howie talked about it. I think that there were some phone calls taken on whether or not you would trade A.J. Brown. And at the end of the day, they came to a conclusion that would not be a good deal. Maybe even further recklessly speculating. Maybe we'll do something at the end of the year. But right now we need you. We're going to make another run. We're trying to, be a dynasty. So that's probably where they're at with it.
I feel similar to you on this. I feel like everything that came out, there was some truth to all of it, but to some degree. Like, I remember those reports 2 weeks ago from Schefter and those guys, like, they wouldn't move him unless it was a huge price. I buy it. I buy that the Eagles probably answered the phone. A few teams probably called with real offers. They thought about it, and it came down to this. They didn't think it was worth it to move him in the middle of the season because they're trying to win the Super Bowl, and no one blew them away with, multiple high picks where they're like, all right, we have to do this. And everyone's going to live with this and try to make it work the way they made it work last year, even though last year there was obviously some issues that Brandon Graham brought to the forefront. I would have loved one of them or someone over there for the last 2 weeks to say, this is crazy. We'd never trade A.J. Brown. And no one ever said that.
Well, it's because you can't do that because there was some conversation being had. And you can tell the players disgruntled. But a good organization like the Philadelphia Eagles are, you don't let that become the headline. Even though it was the headline, you don't give it air. You don't let it breathe. So you try to, calm it down as much as you can. You try to talk to the player as much as you can and just try to keep this team together. And I think that was a conversation that was had. Is AJ happy? No. We know that. But I think that he's going to do what it takes to not be that big of a distraction.
Yeah, I think now that years go on, the fact that Howie was in the building and obviously Jeff owned the team during the TO thing, like they handle these things pretty well, right? Like they become loud, but it rarely ruins the season or teams. And this isn't, I'm not comparing AJ to anyone else. This is its own thing. But like the Hassan Reddick thing, the Eagles moved on quite fine, right? Like the Carson Wentz thing, the Eagles. So when they decide it's time to move on, they move on. When they think they can make it work, they usually make it work, Kyle.
Yeah, and like as somebody who did not want to trade A.J. Brown at the trade deadline, and as somebody who wants A.J. Brown to be an Eagle next season, I would have much rather just heard, hey, Howie, were you entertaining any offers for A.J. Brown? No. A.J., what do you think about all the trade rumors? Was all BS. I was never going anywhere. Instead, we got some deflecting and filibustering by Howie Roseman.
Because it was real.
And then we got a nature of the business by A.J. Brown. I mean, not what I wanted to hear.
But the truth. I mean, like,
unfortunately.
They didn't lie to us. I mean, that you could read that any way you want. I mean, the reality is neither of them said, what are you talking about? Like, if someone brings a ridiculous premise to you, wouldn't you say to them, huh? What are you talking about? Neither of them said, and I get how he's an executive, Hugh, so he's going to take the diplomatic and all that. AJ's a player. He could have said, I never heard any trade rumors. Howie never told me that they were like. He obviously felt, and maybe through his agent and Howie in a conversation, that something was cooking, and they chose to keep him.
Why couldn't they have just said what every fan said to us? This is all just for you guys. Like AJ should have been like, this was a media thing.
It's all made up
because it wasn't.
Make you feel better. Can I give y'all an analogy that would probably fit?
Toilet seat again?
No.
Okay.
No, this one's probably gonna hit home a little bit. Because when we were growing up as kids, our parents used to always try their best not to fight in front of us.
Sure.
And a lot of times, because for the sake of the child, you would say, hey, they say, what's going on with you and mommy? Oh, no, we're fine. We just had a disagreement. And you know how it goes. And then you say, if you have a sibling, mom and dad are getting a divorce, like the older sibling, right? But you're trying to protect the younger one, right? And they're like, well, no, me and mommy just had a disagreement. It's no big deal. We're fine. And you believe that because it's better for your well-being. This is this situation because if we're being honest, they're probably going to get a divorce at the end of the year. But right now,
we're trending towards a divorce.
And I know that probably...
The holidays are coming up, though. Let's put a smile on. Get through it.
I hate that I use that analogy to traumatize a whole lot of folks out there because especially in my generation, we've lived through that. But it's the truth. Like, sometimes it's better to protect you from the truth than tell you the truth.
So to further your analogy, the fan base are the children, right? Yes. Okay? And I think we here are like the close friends.
The close friends that
or
tell
the neighbors. Like, we kind of see what's happening, and we're like, they're still together.
And they're like, hey, they're together. Mommy and daddy love each other. And then the first thing you know, dad packing up his stuff and he leaving.
Kyle's the close friend in denial, and we're like, dude, they're in trouble.
Dude, this is about to happen.
He's like, no, they'll patch it up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all.
They have vows.
I mean, I don't feel that way anymore. I wish I did.
That hit home.
You've come around.
I tried.
Yeah, but you know what? The holidays are coming up. We're going to put on a smile and go to the family party.
I've been trying to put my fingers in the ears.
Yeah, well, the whole fan base has done that. Fake news. All right.